I would say growing up, I was definitely a tomboy throughout my whole life. I started out in gymnastics really, really young in ballet. So that was really fun, and then I turned into like a total baseball freak. But I was also, I was a tomboy in a crinoline, so I would wear like my fluffy dresses, and I pitched baseball for our baseball team from like grade school to junior high. And if I could wear a dress the whole time, I probably would. But yeah, in a nutshell, I really enjoyed sports. I was very independent. We moved a lot, and so I learned to do sports by myself and with others. Yeah, that was kind of life was gymnastics and baseball. Right now, I guess curves are just like the thing. So it's kind of like, well, of course you would want curves, like who wouldn't want curves? But back when I was younger, that was not the thing. It was very Kate Moss, which she's very, very stunning, but not everyone is built to look like her, and I certainly was not. So I mean, to take it back before it was as cool as it is now, it was challenging. It was a little bit of a fight, and it was a fight with myself. I fought a lot with just body dysmorphia and wanting my legs to be smaller and my butt to be smaller and everything to just be smaller. And I was anorexic. I didn't eat. I worked out all day, all night to try to force myself to be skinny. So to slowly think it's okay that that's not my shape. It took a long time. It took a lot of just kind of like self-exploration and studying holistic nutrition and studying fitness and going through fitness competitions and then out of fitness competitions and just kind of realizing like I need to eventually just get the best version of my body because I was killing myself. So to finally find a point where I felt relatively comfortable. And it wasn't cool yet. I mean, I started Hourglass Workout in 2007, which was, J-Lo was popular, but it still was like, so were a lot of very skinny, straight models, so she was trying to like break barriers and that type of thing, and I was like, yes, because even though she's still smaller than me, she at least wasn't, straight up and down. So back then, just kind of saying to everyone like, okay, this is what I am, and this is kind of the shape that I am, and I'm going to teach other people how to embrace that as well. It was kind of cool. So it's nice to see how far that it's come, where now you're considered beautiful, whether you're a straight shape, a curvy shape, a pear shape, like full figured, all these types of things. And we have so many people that we can look up to. There's Ashley Graham for the full figure, and there's the J-Los and there's the Beyoncés, and there's still the Kate Mosses, and everyone has their own body type. So I just think it's cool now that all shapes are embraced. So whichever one you have, you can kind of just be like, I see myself in that person, and I feel good about myself. So being kind of one of the people that people could look to as a curvy girl back in the day, I feel pretty good about that. So Hourglass Workout, I actually did like a whole video on this where it was a bit of an accident. When I was on a secondment from work, and I ended up just kind of between things, and I created Hourglass Workout because I was training girls for fitness shows, and I had this very long wait list, and they kind of talked me into doing a class instead of just doing like one-on-one training. So it wasn't something that was like an intention at first. It was just very, very accidental. Like the first month that I did it, and I started working with these women as a group, and just kind of, I was studying holistic nutrition at the time. I'd already been competing for quite a few years as a pro in fitness and training girls for shows, and just really dialing on understanding how to reshape the body. Because when you're training for someone for a fitness competition, you're kind of, how do I bring out her shoulders? How do I pull in her waist? How do I do all these things? So it was trying to bring functional training together with sculpting and kind of making them work so the whole body's still very functional, but at the same time you're creating shapes. Because back then, like talking 2007 again, it was very much the only booty exercise anybody had heard of was the squat. No one was hip thrusting, no one was doing kickbacks or any of these like, they weren't isolations in their training. They were doing squats, which isn't even an ideal glute exercise, I'm just saying, in my opinion. But so for Hourglass, it was kind of taking these techniques that I had come up with, which was glute isolations, which was doing cable kickbacks and cable pull-throughs, and a lot of exercises that I created, and just kind of bringing them into the mainstream and choosing other exercises that worked really well with functional training and shaping hourglass shape. So I would look at things like, what sports have amazing hourglass figures? Sprinters, amazing physiques, and quite, pretty, you look at a sprinter, they've got the legs, the bum, the shoulders, the whole thing. You look at Muay Thai, you look at Pilates. So just kind of we look at like different sports that kind of create those shapes, and I would pull different exercises from all of these different repertoires of fitness and create this one class and put it all together with the holistic nutrition and teach them kind of all of that type of thing, and then bring in, we did fun things like we do every month. We would do a fun day where I would teach them about just being healthy all the time. So we would be like, okay, we're gonna do a girls' night, but we're gonna go out to eat and we're gonna go to a vegan restaurant. So it's kind of like, you don't have to go out to the club and bar. You know what I mean? You can go to a vegan restaurant, or you can go rock climbing, or you can go roller skating. You don't need to do the other things. So it's just kind of like our logo way back in the day was, it's not just a workout, it's a lifestyle, because we were teaching kind of from the ground out. Here's how to train for your body. Here's how to kind of like live in the world and stay healthy. And here's a new format of eating, which was holistic. I love that family. I think that they're really fun, and I totally take all of that as a compliment. I think it was when I was doing Cosmo that they said that, and that was super sweet. That was the first time I've heard that. Yeah, it kind of, I guess that was like 2 years ago, and it was just like media just kind of started coming. I'm always so busy because I'm trying to build Hourglass and trying to build online that I've never had a publicist. I've never, since I was young, like way back in the day when I first started fitness modeling when I was a teenager, I used to reach out to magazines where they would generally say, no thank you, which is why I started doing social media in the first place, because I was like, you don't want me, I think I have something, I'm going to go with it all by myself, which is what I did, and went into MySpace and everything way back then. But yeah, it was really cool to, like, after kind of searching out and then giving up and just saying, I'm just going to bring what I bring and kind of bring myself, and with the main goal of just actually helping people, because I feel like through all of the training and schooling, I did almost 10 years of post-secondary school in kinesiology and holistic nutrition and nutritional sciences and all these types of things. So even like Hourglass Workout, I'll teach nutrition workshops every single month to this day. We do a nutrition workshop where we share information with them. So to just kind of like always be trying to reach out and be genuine and just try to share information, it was really cool that all of a sudden it was just like media is reaching out to me and saying, hey, we want to work with you. And I'm just like, wow, it's fun to get it when you're not looking. So all of that was just amazing and very, it touched our heart, and we were very happy and thankful that they reached out to us and said these very nice things.